Mendes, too quick for Yamal. Mendes with his loop up. Ronaldo! He's always there. Try to keep doubting him. He keeps on coming back. And Portugal keep on coming back. 2-2. And they're showing some resolve here, the Portuguese.
Teams that are getting used to win, not just at youth level, both of them, but also at international level. So it's the fourth final, I think, and the Cristiano for Portugal. And if Spain wins, it will be the third competition in a row that Spain win. That also gives you that extra motivation. England are there, they're about. They just need to click. They just need that. Perhaps winning 2 or 3 big games, winning a big competition, and certainly the quality is there to get to that level.
Yep. Been waiting for that click for a bit, Guillaume. That's a discussion for another day. The stage set at the Allianz Arena. Portugal and Spain in the Nations League final. And good evening to our match commentators, Andros Townsend and Seb Hutchins.
Yes, thank you, Mark. Good evening, everybody. Well, after the fireworks of Thursday night's semi-final, the holders face the former champions in this meeting of Iberian neighbours in the Allianz Arena, one of the best stadiums in Europe, and a ground in which Spain beat France in the Euro semi-finals last summer, and they beat France in the semi-finals of this competition as well. Lamine Yamal, a star of the present. Cristiano Ronaldo still going strong at 40 years of age. Vitinha, one of the many Champions League winners involved. Lots of big players playing their part this evening. Well, away we go as Spain look to defend their title, and we hope for a match to emulate what unfolded in midweek. A tall order, some of the best players, who's quick to break forward. Ronaldo making a late run into the penalty area. First corner.
This is where they're going to have the out down the left-hand side, down the right-hand side, and up to the front three.
Yamal getting the whistles from the Portuguese support, and he's dispossessed by Ronaldo. Pedro Neto getting the short corner. Play it in. Waiting for the whistle to blow, but it didn't blow. That's a big chance for João Neves.
Oh, it's a brilliant opportunity, Seb. We spoke about the near post. So many men in that near post area. It caught Spain off guard. You see the man running around like him to get on the ball.
Williams. Oyarzabal will chase after this and keep it in play and win Spain's first corner. Was that patiently made getting back there, but here's Yamal, who doesn't mind operating in these sort of areas, but Mendes. And they doubled up there to stop him. But then diving in on Yamal, and that's going to be a free kick. Well, there is one way to stop him.
I don't know how he's won the free kick there.
The angle, slightly awkward perhaps to have a shot on goal, but this is Yamal we're talking about. Although not on this occasion.
I think he had a couple of senior players in his ear, maybe trying to work something.
Fascinating watching Williams on the ball and running, and the Portugal defence are putting it back as well, and it was just waiting for the finish to be applied by Pedri, and he came so close. What a move.
It's the one they've been looking for, the big diag switch to isolate Nico Williams.
This could be a problem. Williams keeps it in play brilliantly. Cucurella wants the pass, but Williams not interested in that. Oh. And it had some bend on it.
It's a really good effort. I thought he was just dipping in the far corner. He always seems to make the right decision. Such a young age. He's not getting pushed off the ball.
I mean, nobody had more attempts on goal in La Liga. Oyarzabal, what a flick to get Spain on the front foot. And Zubimendi and Yamal clipping it inside as well. And the goalkeeper doesn't get there. Goal for Spain. And a goal for Zubimendi of all people. The threat was growing, and Martín Zubimendi gives La Roja the lead.
It's absolutely brilliant. I hope we see it all the way back from the flick from Oyarzabal. just opens the whole play up. Brilliant from Spain.
Oyarzabal have in the goal. The goal is given. A quick check. We do have VAR, as you can see. And as you can see, Spain in front.
For disaster.
Cucurella looks for Williams over the top. And he's got the speed to get there. Diaz is quick, but not as quick as Williams. But he does get back and wins a goal kick as well. And that's the Ruben Diaz defending we're used to seeing.
That's brilliant defending, Ruben Diaz.
And Portugal find themselves behind. And Ronaldo looking for a free kick, won't get it. Goal kick. There's a messy element to the goal. Flag stays down.
He needs to get in the box now, Ronaldo.
It's not at the moment. Here's Mendes. Drops the shoulder. Open up for him. What a finish! From the fabulous fullback. Nuno Mendes equalises for Portugal. And in some fashion. What a season he's had. The PSG man. We're used to seeing him flying forward, but not quite finishing like that. It's 1-1. And there may be a question mark, of course, of the build-up when Ronaldo first went through, but how far back do they want to go?
No, I don't think you can. Initially, it's good work from Ronaldo. It's a toenail. Good work, and you think they're going to work it wide, get it in the box.
So we will see. Nuno Mendes, has he scored his first goal for Portugal, or will it be chalked up? It is Nuno Mendes with his first goal for Portugal.
I think it's the right decision. There's too many phases of play after the initial offside.
I think he was onside anyway.
Okay.
Going long. Good one for Cucurella. Simon, just about.
That's the one. So every now and then, because Spain are expecting the short one.
You want to be losing the ball when those are there. Yamal plays it into Williams. Well, what do you do with Yamal when he's on the ball? Williams wins the corner. For both these sides, have struggled for clinch. Williams, Pedri. Whips it in, lovely shape to that as well. Will it drop for a Spain shirt? Not quite. Terrific ball in from Pedri. Yamal loses the ball. So Portugal can break, and that should be another yellow card. Fabian Ruiz. Hanging back. Pedro Neto gets the cross in. Quite. She said better doing that in this competition and every competition. That's a loose touch from Mingueza, who then kicks the ball away. Williams. I suppose that moment you try and win the ball back, something then happens. If you don't get it right, free kick.
Like that.
Defensive work. João Neves, Cucurella. Oyarzabal with a flick again. Williams. Quite fine, Oyarzabal. That's not a pretty challenge. And I think not nasty enough for the referee to draw a card.
I think he's very lucky there.
Diaz. Down the line, Conceição, free kick. How long will that last? As Spain come forward again late on in this first half, and Oyarzabal, that is class! What a finish! Beautifully done from Spain. Complaints from Portugal, but you cannot complain about a finish like that. So sharp, so incisive, so very Spain. And we've seen some top-class moments in this match. And Spain just before half-time in Euro 2024 in the final against England is the man who's given Spain the lead just before the break. And the goal stands. And to an English audience who don't get to see Mikel Oyarzabal too much, the Real Sociedad player.
It's a special goal.
It's a special team, Spain, and they lead at half-time. Portugal were in the game for most of the first half, fell behind. Can I join you in the attack when you go forward? Given a short shrift.
It's going to be interesting what happens with Ronaldo come 60, 65 minutes if the score doesn't change. As we know, they've got a host of number 9s attacking players on the bench. How long does Martinez leave it before he pulls the trigger on that one?
Well, they do have talent on the bench, Portugal. So second half gets going. Spain with that 1-goal advantage. Oyarzabal wants to share a pitch with Ronaldo. That's how long Ronaldo's been playing. Lost by Yamal to Mendes, who's in pain. Had trouble there against Spain, where they almost did. Mendes, Bruno Fernandes took it brilliantly. And Bruno Fernandes takes the chance. And the goalkeeper didn't know where it was. But the flag is up.
The flag is up. It's a brilliant finish. Is the keeper stopped?
Neto. Deflection into the arms of Simon.
Possession, they can relax.
Mendes won't get that back. Yamal is very in the mode of just control at the moment. Play that pass through. Mendes, beautiful manipulation of the ball from Mendes, but still the Spain shirts around him. Enjoy that? Hitchery. Fabian Ruiz pushed away by Costa. Seemingly a comfortable save at first glance, but a save that needed to be made. Vitinha, twice as many passes completed by Spain. Mendes, too quick for Yamal. Mendes with his loop up for Ronaldo! He's always there. Try to keep doubting him. He keeps on coming back. And Portugal keep on coming back. 2-2. And they're showing some resolve here, the Portuguese. But Mendes against Yamal. And Ronaldo. Goal number 138 for Portugal.
Good work, Neto inside. Yamal thinks he's going to play it into Neto. Mendes hits it down the line, and this is why Ronaldo is on the football pitch. Yes, he might be 40 years of age, but he's still an absolute predator in the box.
Notice a difference now in Spain. Yamal swings in the cross. Costa could have caught it. Pushes it onto, but it just takes a moment. And Portugal pushing hard to win it back, but it's broken through. And here's Pedri. Didn't quite have the pace, but he does have the skill. And it's Mendes. What a block. He's having some game. But Spain, I think even on that sort of situation, Pedri never really believed he could get away from him. And I don't think Yamal does at the moment. Free kick to Portugal. Bernardo Silva. Beautiful. Floated out to that right-hand side. Bernardo Silva, good pass. Inside, and not quite for Bruno Fernandes.
That's the ball, though, the switch of play before.
Flips it out to Williams. He was trying to find room to get the shot away, and wide it goes.
Yeah, I think Semedo coming on all time.
Yamal, quiet in this second half, but that only gives him a chance to liven things up. And an effort on target for him. Bernardo Silva, and Semedo is up with him here. Bernardo Silva, Semedo went low but too close to the goalkeeper. That's a risky pass to Yamal, and Mendes had a nibble and it was a foul. been fascinating. To Leao. Here's his first chance to run. Or send in a ball like that, and Cucurella, an important header to take it away from Semedo, who's arriving at the back post.
That's the ball they need to be, the switcher play quick.
And they find here, that's not a bad corner. Cucurella with a header, and now Yamal. And Williams backing Yamal to be secure on the ball, and he wins the free kick, and we're going to see another booking. He's driving forward, saw the gap, saw the opening as well. Isco to line one up, and Costa keeps Isco out.
Great work from Zubimendi.
Spain take the corner short to give a chance here for Yamal. Outside of the boot to the back post. Free kick goes the other way. Goes the way of Portugal. Unfortunate clash it was. Marino, we know he's a threat in the air, arriving at that back post. Well, we have a late winner now. Flag stays down. Oyarzabal must have been offside, and was indeed offside.
I think he was, but I think it was Ruben Diaz, the right centre-half, was slow to get up.
Trying to sweep that pass in for Williams. But then Portugal look to do the same, and Simon, cool, calm, under control. There's a late winner for them. Mendes, but he gives it away to Yamal, and that was a bit of a wild challenge to try and winning it back there by Ruben Neves. Looks like he gets fouled by about 3 different players. Ronaldo, I mentioned him holding his back. I'm not used to really seeing Ronaldo to be forced to come off, but it's fair to say I don't think he'll be able to continue.
Both at half-time and around the 60-65 minute mark. This man in particular.
Leao, away from Zubimendi, and away from Nuno Mendes as well, who's going to get a yellow card. But that's Leao we want to see.
And they're just feeding him the ball.
Their belief has grown. Bruno Fernandes, late on, goes for goal. And Simon had to deal with it. Unfortunately, from Spain's point of view, it's a goal kick.
It's in the sort of area where you're not shooting, you're not crossing, you're just aiming.
So we will have more time to play in this one. What a game we've seen so far. 2 apiece between Portugal and Spain at full time, which means this match will go to extra time, and that will come after the break. Zubimendi. I think the level that both these sides have had to play at so far, just to get to this point. So extra time underway. You'd imagine.
It's almost a 3-1-6 for Portugal now in possession. They're so brave.
Look at Mendes go, and options in the middle, the pull back, and wide. And Semedo arriving from right back.
So many bodies in those forward areas.
Aina back there helping out. No foul. Look at the pressure on Marino. Now the play will be stopped because Isco. Isco hangs it in, and Oyarzabal not that far away. Baena went for the pass. Cucurella! And I don't think he was expecting that ball to drop to him in that sort of position.
He should have, because he's got good quality on his left foot.
2 on that left-hand side. Mendes. And going on. And will he go himself? Was he caught? Portugal believe he was. Referee not interested, and then off the ball. Now Leao, and his arms up. And Mendes not happy with Baena. Well, Portugal not happy. They felt there was a penalty. And Mendes particularly not happy with Alex Baena. But then Rafael Leao getting involved as well. So let's see. Yellow card for Mendes. And Baena as well. Pass from Yamal. Leao. And Yamal went diving in. It's a free kick. They can't stop him at the moment. Fairly, anyway.
Yeah, I see he gets
threatening on the break. Portugal and Leao. Here he goes. What a run! And just at the last minute, couldn't get that ball under control.
He's been unstoppable, Seb.
Williams, of course, there are reasons we may not be aware of. Here's Yamal. And Yamal, he's lined that up for range, but again, Costa saw it all the way. He's pushing, he really is. We'll get their moment. That ball clipped in. It was a cleverly worked free kick as well. Alex Baena clears it away. Hooked back in by Pedro Neto. What a pass! But the flag goes up.
Oh, it's a hell of a well-worked free kick and a ball across the box. Unfortunately for Portugal.
It's the offside. Leao. Look at that. Just couldn't get the pass to a teammate. That is half-time in extra time. Caught me by surprise because I wanted to keep going. Jota, but comes on for Portugal to replace Pedro Neto. Didn't really happen for the Chelsea winger in the game overall, but the substitutions have worked out pretty well for Portugal thus far. Jeremy Pino on for Spain. In forward. Moves it wide, Porro. Pedro Porro.
Yes, he's good going forward, but can he help stop the Leao train?
Well, what about this? And you just felt for a second that we were about to see something spectacular from Pedro Porro. But Leao will try and run Pedro Porro here. Oh, that's the only way to stop Leao at the moment. Yellow card for Pedro Porro.
He has to do it. He didn't even think twice. He has to. Tries to give him a bit longer. His energy, his willingness to make runs in behind, to press off the ball.
Leao goes in from Pino, and then it's a free kick to Spain. He's enjoying himself. Off to Pino. Pino faced by Mendes. Baena. It's away by Vega. Baena. Lots of shirts forward here for Spain, and will they make it count? Not quite. Felt something might happen on that occasion. So many bodies in the box.
It's a hell of a ball in from Isco.
Clips it out to Pino. Porro is there. Pino looks for the ball to Morata. Back across it goes. Free kick. The lunge came in the penalty area from Isco. Just hasn't had a chance on goal yet since coming on. And Isco. Well, he is one of world football's most eye-catching players when he was Diaz. In goes the cross, and over it goes. Diogo Jota.
It's a great ball in from Diaz.
Marino. A pass almost right into the path of Alex Baena. The Nations League final will go to a penalty shootout, just like it did in its last edition. It's Ronaldo's equaliser at 2-2, going a long way back now, it feels.
You see Ramos there up with the first penalty. It's key in always any penalty shootout to get the first one and get the momentum, especially there for Portugal. But interesting to see how the goalkeepers do with all the technology and the data. Can they make it use?
Back to Andros and Seb.
So, first penalty in the shootout. Salo Ramos. Against Unai Simon. Can he get Portugal off to a good start? He can. Right down the middle.
So important.
What about on this occasion? The Arsenal midfielder, Marino, and he sets the goalkeeper the wrong way. He's pretty good from the spot.
can see the pressure.
So Vitinha against Simon to put Portugal back in front in this shootout. Vitinha does just about find the corner. Brought on as a substitute, probably with penalties in mind as well. And that's why he converts that one. A spot kick. Nuno Mendes with the captain's armband after Ronaldo went off. Takes his time and scores. You thought he might.
You know, when you've taken that many penalties, you're not fazed by what the keeper's doing. If he's
most experienced members of the Spain squad. Penalty number 3. Oh, just gets it past Diogo Costa, who thought he'd kicked it out. Goal. What about from the spots? We have to say he nailed that one. For Spain, saved! Diogo Costa always saves one at least. And it's put. Ruben Neves has the chance to win the Nations League for Portugal. No problem! Portugal will be back on the podium again. Another trophy for Ronaldo, another trophy for Portugal. Spain, it wasn't to be from the spot kicks. Alvaro Morata, the one to see his penalty saved. But for Portugal, delight. Twice they came from behind in the match to level things up. And they pushed their way through on penalty kicks. Tears for Cristiano Ronaldo, tears of delight.
Massively did a great job, but going forward, created havoc, getting himself into positions which were, he was having to occupy Spanish defenders. And then in the second half, when Spain really had the dominance.
Well, Cristiano Ronaldo has a hold of that trophy. Portugal have a hold of that trophy again. The winners of the UEFA Nations League in 2025. Portugal!
We'll take a break, and in the last part we'll wrap things up on a very special night for Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo, the Portuguese captain, giving the trophy itself a fireman's lift after receiving it. And it's a second Nations League win for the Portuguese to go along in the last decade, as we've been saying, with their European Championship triumph. What a fabulous achievement for such a talented group of footballers. And they've served notice that they'll be there or thereabouts next summer at the World Cup, that's for sure. When we think about the penalty shootout,